Oh, it's so good to be back. I haven't filmed for quite a while. What's today? About 4 days. So you've just seen the video of me saying it's all going to change and everything. Okay, so much to talk about. So bear with me because I'll try and sensibly talk through it. You know what I like. I jump from one subject to another subject really quickly, but I'll try my best. Okay, let me just start off by saying I came back, everything was fine. No problems at all, got back, no issues and everything. It was actually a really boring drive and there was not much I could film. So I got back really early into Norwich and everything, so let's chuff for that. Okay, what happened? So I had a job interview on Friday. Oh my god, there's literally so much to talk about. So I'll try and get through it as fast as I can. I had a job interview on Friday. You'll see me now walking through Norwich, walking to the over the bridge, blah blah blah. All went well. I have got a job, so I was never unemployed. All right, straight out of one, straight into another. Effectively, little bit annoyed. They promised me work the next day. Now I've been told Friday is my start date. So I'm sitting around waiting. I would have stayed in Preston for another week if that was the case. Not great. Not ideal to lose a week's pay, obviously, either. But, you know, that's life. That's what happens sometimes. So now I've just got to sit around and stuff. And so you can hear my nose is a bit blocked. So I think it's this park up. It's just really pollinated here. So apologies for that. Okay, so yeah. Came back, got back, then there's a very, very exciting video coming up on the next video, the next day. So got that job, blah, blah, blah. The next day I decided the same day. The same day I went to the parents' house and I fitted the van with curtain rails. So look out for that. You can just see it behind me, but I'm not giving too much away. You'll have to watch the next video. I've done it all myself to a point. I'll say I've done 80% myself, 20% guidance from the old father. But no, good. Look out for that. So that's coming out the next episode, for Friday's episode. That was brilliant. I stayed at Wyndham. No, I didn't. I stayed at... Where did I stay? I stayed at one of my park ups and it was absolutely beautiful. And I'll put up some footage now, and I stayed there for 2 nights over the weekend, and it was absolutely lovely there. I felt so like secure and happy and nice there. It was next to some boats, and I feel like boats and vans are a real similar community, you know. So no, that was really, really nice. I'm not there now. I've moved on. I'm now parked up in another really nice location. Okay, that's that. What did I do next? So I will get to the reasons why I left, just give me a chance to catch up. I then just gave Billy a tidy up, believe it or not, on the outside for the first time ever. I'll put the GoPro up footage now. I brought him up the best I could. Okay, he's not in a good way, in all honesty. The bodywork's in a pretty bad way all over. He did come up to a bit of a good shine. I used back to black on the door handles and stuff. But no, I'll give it a really good rinse down and just to try and assess what we're dealing with before the paint job. And it's a good job we're painting it, to be honest with you, because this paintwork would have never ever been savable. There's like chip marks in the back doors and stuff from where the bike rack was, where she used to have it on there. And it's in a right old state, to be honest with you. It might come back to life with a professional polishing it and stuff, but I don't like blue anyway. So, no, but I think Billy definitely came up really, really well. I cleaned the glass, cleaned the mirrors, cleaned everything else, and just give him a bit of a blew off the crap off the roof as well, with a load of leaves and crap up there. So, done all that. So that's what I've done there. I've also been selling stuff out of my storage unit. I've sold 1 thing a day. I'm doing well. I'm hoping someone will contact me tonight, because that'll be free in 3 days. I've sold 1 thing out of that unit. So I have to keep going back to the unit, meeting them there, giving it to them, and then driving off again. But no, so I raised a bit of money there, which was helpful as always. So I'm trying to finish that unit off, trying to empty that, because that's expensive. I won't go into details about how expensive it is, but just Google it, a monthly price for a storage unit. Like their smallest storage units, like, I don't know, half a garden shed size. Yeah, it's like mega. So we need to get rid of that ASAP, which is what I've been working on. I think that's you guys back up to date from what happened. Why did I stop filming? Because, well, you can see I didn't. I filmed going to the job interview. I filmed going to, but it was too much change for me to try and keep up with. You know, I just wanted just a bit of settled it back in before I jump back into filming again. Also, the rear facing camera, so the camera that sort of points outwards on the iPhone, has died. It died when I was doing the curtain rail making video. What can I say? So I'm now stuck with the only one I've got left, which is the front facing camera, which it hasn't got a light on it, which is why I'm a bit more dull. I think running that camera with the light didn't help. That's why I was so clear in them pictures in the last few videos. But I think it overheated that camera and has killed the camera, because now I haven't got a torch anymore and I haven't got a camera. So yes, that's all come to a halt rather rapidly as well, so not good. I've still got the GoPro, but like you saw, I just showed you the GoPro footage of the van. It's just not great. It's just one of the first GoPros that ever came out, and the technology moves on so fast. You know, even this is really grainy. So unfortunately, it is going to be a fact of I'm going to try and get a new GoPro's iPhone as soon as possible, and that should help us out temporarily. Right, what else has happened? Okay, so that's you guys back up to date. So what went wrong? What went wrong? I tried everything to stay up north. I came back initially to Norfolk and I was extremely concerned about having no van while the van's are into the MOT station and all that. I left Norfolk and I said, right, we'll give it 4 more weeks and I'll see how I get on. I gave it those weeks. There just wasn't enough funds coming in. I had 2 short pays and it was killing me, absolutely killing me. And the diesel up there, the diesel just killed me. I am trying to recover from ending the flat. You've got to finish all your final bills. You've got to finish off all that. You know that from all your moves. You're all adults. You know how expensive it is to end a move, let alone move into somewhere else. But end a move, you've got to pay all that off. I still haven't had my deposit come through from that previous flat. Nothing wrong with it. You saw the flat, people. You saw it was clean, tidy, you know. So there's no issue. While I'm just waiting on that deposit to come through. In all honesty, if that deposit had come through, we could have survived up there, because that would have paid for the MOT and would have seen me through until the next payday. But I've always kept this channel as real as possible, and is this a cheap way to live? Yes, it is. But because I'm still reaping the effects of the flat and repairs and up and coming events that are happening, like the MOT and the slave cylinders getting worse, and it's just too much, and the walls were closing in. Not only that, I wasn't happy in Preston. Thank you to everyone at my previous role. I can now tell you what I used to do. I used to make esophageal tubes for animals. I was part of the whole process. I used to cut them, I used to make them, I used to cure them, I used to run the big oven there. Beautiful people to work for. They helped me out, as you saw in the beginning when I first got the job. I was there 8 weeks, unbelievable, can't believe it. Absolutely flew. I was very, very sad to go. I wasn't happy in Preston. I was too low down. I was just too low down. It was 2 hours to get to Coniston, my favourite area. Alright, an hour and a half if it wasn't busy. But 2 hours at my pace, doing 60 up the M6. You were going up as well. And the last time I went to Coniston, I just thought, this is just killing the van. The van should not be here. It's dying. I am going to be stuck on the side of the road in Coniston, in the God knows at arse end of nowhere, with a broken van, miles away from any of my relatives' houses. So I've got nowhere to stay, to chuck it in a garage. Anything in the Lake District, hotel-wise, is horrendously expensive. So if it happened there, I would have to find a hotel. Anything in Preston, if this van's in that garage for 10 nights, for 10 days or whatever, yeah, so 10 nights I'd have to stay at a hotel, probably more. You work it out, £25 is a good deal for a hotel room. It's more likely to be 30, 35 quid, 40 quid for a night. Times that by 10. Who's got them funds? Not just a van lifer that's just moved out of his flat and is skint at the minute, but any of you guys. I'm not saying, you guys are broke. I'm just saying, anyone at this moment, in this current climate, doesn't have 400 quid to stay in a hotel, 200 quid if it's 5 nights. This was all coming in. I wasn't happy with Preston either. I just could not get comfortable there. I stayed in that Sainsbury's there. It was £2. I could tell you now. It was £2.40 a night. It was Bamber Bridge, Sainsbury's. £2.40 a night. Everyone, if you want to head there, go for it. It's just off the M6. Perfect stopover if you're on the way up, going past, or on the way down. Yeah, brilliant. No issues at all. I must stay there about 20 times. So just download the app. It's on the signposts. That was a real brilliant thing to find. Other than that, there was like everywhere I stayed, I was getting like, I just wasn't comfortable. And I think you kind of got the gist of it. Like, I was starting to lose areas I was staying in because just getting shouted at by like people, just like going arsehole and shouting stuff. And at first you sort of shrug it off, but then after like a couple more times, you start to get a bit like uncomfortable. You just think, I don't really like being here anyway, and this isn't actually where I want to be. I actually want to be further up north. And basically, I applied for 10 jobs up north. No one replied. No one. I gave it 2 weeks. No one replied. I then applied for 5 more. No responses. I applied for 5 jobs in Norfolk. I got 3 replies within the same day. I then said, I'll be there. I'll be back Thursday, ready for Friday. Come in Friday morning, you'll have a job. Went in Friday morning, a little bit disappointed because she said it would be start Saturday, but it's actually start in a week's time, which I didn't need right now, but that is what it is. Yeah, came back, got a job. I'm employed, starting Friday. So, well, at least 4 days paid, don't I? So, that's the difference, and that's why I just had to make that decision, and I just hope people see that. What I am learning is, right, you go where your van goes. You don't decide where you're going. I hope that makes sense. So, you want to go to Scotland. I want to go to Scotland. I want to go to Wales. I want to go to France, yeah, tomorrow. Yes, funds and everything and work and all that. But the main thing is, the van, for any of you up-and-coming van lifers or thinking about doing it, your van will dictate more than you realise where you will go and how long you'll be there and where you're going next and stuff like that. Way more than you realise. And I hope van lifers will agree with me on that. I'm fairly new to it, but I'm already seeing it don't matter what you want to do, mate, because if your van ain't ready for it, you ain't going nowhere. I'm also quickly learning there's always something wrong with the van. Always. You'll always be fixing something. If it's not the slave cylinder, it's something else. It's the headlights not working, it's the airbag lights come on, there's always something going on. It's just vehicles for you, you know. I fixed the headlight. I think I told you, didn't I? Did I tell you? I just opened up the bonnet and wiggled the wires because I said it's got a loose connection. So I just had a little look at the wires. There's no break in them. I don't know what it was, but it just lost the connection. So I just gave it a bit of a jiggle and it came back to life again. And then me and the old man, he brought out some, it was like some sort of copper thing, like copper cleaner or something. And he wiped the headlight and it brought it back to life, because you might be able to tell in some of the footage I'd done in the past that one of the headlights was a bit dull. So he's brought it back to life and they actually look fairly similar, and I should get through the MOT as well now, so that's good. Anyway, yes, so really short story, because already this video is going to go on to about 20 minutes, or it's going to head that way shortly. I'm just trying to keep people's attention, because there's not much to look at and there's not much great scenery to be looking at. That is why I'm back. I'm back in Norfolk. I already have plans if the van's in the garage. Wow, sorted already. I have somewhere to stay. I already have plans. I already have things under control. Under my control, a little bit more. I've spent 2 nights in one parker. I spent 2 nights in another parker. And I spent 2 nights in another parker. Or however long I've been in. Hassle free. Completely, because I know where to park. Because I can visualise in my head, don't park there, because I've got my 30 years experience here, and that's where I need to be now. As the van is so unreliable, that's a bit harsh to believe, as the van is just not in the correct state to be driven a lot, I need to have that knowledge of where can I park for 4 days, because I need to give that slave cylinder a rest, and I want to save diesel. And that's what I've done. That's where I've been. I've just parked up, left it here. Second night I've been here now. That's what we had to do, that's what I needed to do, and that's why I came back, and that's why I left. Is it a failure? No, I'm already learning that this is that lifestyle, is that you're just going to be constantly on the move, and that's it. That's the sort of traveller way. You're just going to be on your move, new age traveller. It's just where I'll be here for 3 months, so we'll be here for 3 months, nothing's going to change. We are, so I'm not actually going to be based in Norwich at the moment. This current job I've got is completely outside of Norwich. I think it might be on the border in Suffolk, actually. So we might not even be in Norfolk. So it's exactly the same, to be honest with you. It's just they'll be trying to find park-ups, trying to find showers, trying to find toilets, trying to find bins. Nothing's changed. We're just not in the lakes. We're just going to be in Suffolk or Norfolk. So there you go. There it is. I'm going to cut it off because I don't want to keep you guys all night. Quickly, I will say I have noticed how much I'm saying guys, and I'm trying to now mentally deal with that. So as you saw in as you'll see in upcoming videos as well, I just can't thank you enough. It was an amazing journey for those 3 months. We went to the peaks, we done the lakes, we gave the lakes a shot. We just weren't ready yet. The van weren't ready. I'm not ready, the van's not ready. We're back at base until the van is ready, the funds are ready, and we'll be off again. Thanks all so much for watching, and I'll speak to you on the next one.